Rare images that'll make you say, damn, that's rare. So this is crazy. We now have elevators that can be installed in your home. This would be even better if you could fit a wheelchair inside one of these bad boys. I asked my wife what these guys were doing all huddled up like that, and she said, and I quote, they're making small talk.
I never said that, you son of a bitch.
And over here, we've got a real-life Winnie the Pooh. Bro saw the honey and his big back began applauding. Unrelated, but do all bears sit like this? He looks like a mate I'd just hang around and share a bottle of beer with. This image shows Phobos, one of Mars's 2 moons, transiting across the face of Mars. Shut up. The robots are now able to instantly get back up after falling, and they're getting combat training. We are so cooked. A sperm whale was captured surfacing with a giant squid in its mouth. Great to see the seas are safe for underwater hitchhikers. Try saying that 5 times. This is the most useful knot you'll ever forget. It's called the tarpaulin knot, and it allows you to grab corners. A dog in Russia grabbed a reporter's microphone and ran away during a live broadcast. I now know what I'm going to train my future dogs to do. Either the person who painted this road was on crack, or this is a new population planning system the government didn't tell us about. Did you know that a butt load is an actual unit of measurement that equals 128 gallons? A butt is a unit of measurement for wine or whiskey casks, so if you fill the barrel up, you technically have a butt load. Guys, are y'all seeing this black magic? I mean, it's pretty obvious how he did it, but still cool as hell. Damn, that's a really tall baby. This one's definitely going to be a basketball player. This guy hydro-dipped his dome, and oh my god, he has a mustache on the back of his head. I'm sorry guys, I just get a little too excited.
Excited over head mustaches?
Moving on. This is Lisa Nowak, a former NASA astronaut and retired United States Navy officer who drove 900 miles non-stop while wearing adult diapers to confront her ex's new girlfriend. Armed with a knife, BB gun, and trash bag, she confronted the woman in a parking lot but was thankfully arrested before causing serious harm. This clip shows the size difference between a female and a male lion, with males growing to around 4 feet and females clocking in at approximately 3.5 feet at the shoulder. Enjoy this nostalgic movie theater aesthetic from the 90s. This is sand art calligraphy, the art of forming letters and words by carefully shaping them from sand. That or crackheads got tired of doing it in a straight line and decided to add some pizzazz to make it more challenging. This family has a sleepwalker, and this is how other members deal with him. Sleepwalking episodes can range from simple movements, like sitting, up to dangerous acts like cooking or driving, and can even be triggered by fatigue, stress, or certain medications. This was the moment the 69-year-old retired footballer Klaus Fischer recreated his bicycle kick on live television. A pilot program in Sweden trained wild crows to collect and drop cigarette butts into a machine in exchange for food. Run by the startup Corvid Cleaning, the program aimed to cut litter cleanup costs by up to 75%. Now, if only there was a way to teach humans to do this. Some boaters captured this insane footage of an erupting Mount Stromboli. Stromboli is known for its persistent, moderately explosive eruptions, often called Strombolian eruptions, which eject incandescent lava, lapilli, and ash. Did you know that beavers usually pause while chewing on trees to listen for movements that could inform them on its structural integrity so they don't fall on them? The president of Chile shared this photo of himself posing with his daughter. The wasp spotted a praying mantis that had caught its cousin, so it decided to take revenge and bit the mantis while it was still eating the other wasp. So there's this restaurant in Bangkok that uses zip lines to deliver food to its guests. How cool is that? John Cena holds the Guinness World Record for granting the most wishes with 650 wishes through Make-A-Wish. It's just sad that he isn't in any of these photos. Did you know that tourists toss nearly 3,000 euros into Rome's iconic Trevi Fountain every day, adding up to around 1.5 million euros each year? Let that sink in, or rather, let that fountain in. Shut your fucking mouth! This was the moment 2 Chinese ships collided while trying to ram a Filipino Coast Guard ship. Someone captured the moment a water bomber refilled in a lake to continuing fighting the wildfires in Canada. The scooping process can be very fast, with some aircrafts filling their tanks in as little as 12 seconds. This eagle just casually swooped in and caught a fish in front of this person and their dad while they were on a fishing trip in Canada. A 2023 study found that chin-strap penguins take over 10,000 micronaps a day, each lasting 4 seconds. When combined, that totals more than 11 hours of sleep daily. They are also generally considered to be the most aggressive and ill-tempered species of penguin. Someone had better introduce them to coffee. This instructor calmly guides his student through a spin recovery. To recover from a spin, pilots typically use the PARE technique: power to idle, ailerons to neutral, rudder opposite the spin, and elevator briskly forward. This sequence breaks the stall and allows the aircraft to recover from the rotation. These are the Avatar Mountains, located in Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, within the larger Wuling Yuan Scenic Area in Hunan Province, China. These iconic sandstone pillars, some of which appear to be floating due to low-lying clouds, served as inspiration for the floating Hallelujah Mountain in the movie Avatar. Watching this video has had me at the edge of my seat sweating. This guy really attempted to capture a king cobra with no special apparatus, mind you, just a pipe in his sack. This is more nerve-wracking than that one time Toodles almost caught me leaving to grab the milk after we had our first kid. This squirrel just discovered something magical. While some squirrels may tolerate being touched or even seem to enjoy it briefly, they are wild animals and should be treated with caution and respect for their space. But this guy really doesn't seem to mind. Someone's pet lioness escaped from their farmhouse and charged a woman and her 2 children in the eastern Pakistani city of Lahore. The owners were eventually arrested, and luckily no one got hurt. This is sepak takraw, also known as kick volleyball, is a Southeast Asian sport similar to volleyball, but played using only the feet, knees, chest, and head to contact the ball. It involves 2 teams of 3 players who volley a rattan ball over a net, aiming to score points by making the ball land in the opponent's court or forcing the opposing team to commit a fault. Ever seen an octopus in a hurry? Some biologists refer to octopuses as having 6 arms and 2 legs because the 2 rear appendages are generally used to walk on the seafloor. It's crazy enough that we now have these high-powered 500-watt remote-controlled laser guns that are hot enough to burn straight through wood. But what's crazier is that these are commercially available. You could buy this right now. This happened during a NASCAR race when a father, Dean Jones, bravely rushed onto the track to rescue his son, Mike Jones, from a burning race car after a fiery crash. Fortunately, Dean's quick actions were successful in getting his son to safety. So this is amazing. This Chinese child was recorded adding 10 5-digit numbers, doing this complex summation in just 8 seconds. This Avengers Tower-looking building is Huafa Ice and Snow World in Shenzhen, China, poised to become the world's largest indoor ice and snow center upon completion and is set to open in late 2025. This isn't a spider, I mean obviously not, but this is the green raspy cricket, and although they're crickets, they can spin silk like a spider. Both adults and nymphs can produce silk from their mouthparts, which they use to line burrows or hold leaves together to create protective retreats. Not gonna lie, I was inexplicably excited to watch this clip. We all know what happens when you put a Mentos in a Coke, but this is what happens when you do it underwater. Truthfully, I was kinda disappointed, but hey, at least we all know what happens, right? Someone said that kangaroos are just deer that went to prison, and I couldn't agree more. Kinda feels like every animal in Australia is an Avengers-level threat that should be in prison, but that's just me. This school uses a spiral answer sheet designed to prevent cheating. This tiny piece of hardware is actually a phone, the Nokia 7280, aka the lipstick phone. Released in 2004, it was marketed as a fashion phone, with its display doubling as a mirror when inactive. Due to its unique design and age, the phone is now considered a rare collector's item. This is an aerial view of the massive Maruti Suzuki car factory in Gujarat, India, with reports suggesting that it produces around 750,000 cars per year from the facility alone. Ever wondered what would happen if a warthog and a bat had a baby? Hammer-headed bats are large, fruit-eating bats from Central and West Africa, distinguished by the male's massive, hammer-shaped heads used for loud honking calls during elaborate mating displays called leks. They are the largest bats on the continent, with wingspans up to a meter. Here are a couple of fun facts about Belgian Malinois. They are highly intelligent, high-energy herding dogs, famous for their use in military and police work, including the capture of Osama bin Laden by a Malinois named Cairo. A grave has appeared inside the Mosul Dam in Iraq after the Tigris River's water level fell to catastrophic levels. This is Bantar Gebang, a massive landfill site, often called Trash Mountain, located outside Jakarta, Indonesia, that serves as Southeast Asia's largest garbage dump. It receives thousands of tons of waste daily, rising to heights of up to 45 meters, and is home to a community of 6,000 to 20,000 people who make a living by scavenging and recycling valuable materials from the waste. Seals can do tricks because they are highly intelligent social mammals with natural abilities for complex learning and coordination. They are trained through positive reinforcement, where keepers use food rewards and specific cues like clickers to teach them behaviors, combining their natural capabilities with learned responses, which results in outcomes like this. These are the hyper-realistic Evo series dolls made by Xdoll, a Chinese company, and used mainly for, carnal purposes, if you know what I mean. So this is crazy. A rider fell while doing a stunt in the Well of Death, but his bike just kept moving on its own without having anyone riding it. This close-up view of a large snail eating some duckweed is very freaky. Behave, guys. Don't say what I know we're all thinking. Britain's most tattooed man was unable to bypass the UK's new age check systems due to his face being mistaken for a mask. This is the fastest hot saw cut at 4.28 seconds by Nate Hodges, set on the 27th of July at the 2025 U.S. Timber Sports Championships in Milwaukee. In 2016, a man hijacked an Egyptair flight, claiming he had explosives strapped to him. During the standoff, a British passenger asked for a photo with the hijacker. British people, am I right? This thirsty manatee was spotted drinking fresh water from a boat as a guy rinsed it off. This is the most perfect shot ever made in football history. I don't care. Do you know how hard it is to get a ball into a hole? This old school invention was made to develop babies' muscles and also wear them out so they'd sleep. I proposed it should be used as a clean energy source, but for some strange reason, my proposal was rejected due to ethical concerns. What the hell does race have to do with this? Enjoy this incredible photo of a forest refracted through a single drop of water before we continue, because the next clip is kind of depressing. So, scientists in South Africa are now making rhino horns radioactive to fight poaching by injecting low-level radioactive materials into them. The project aims to make the horns detectable at borders and less appealing to poachers due to potential health risks and stigma. They're calling it the Risotope Project. Imagine going on a flight and this happened. This was caused by condensation from the vents in the plane due to high atmospheric humidity. A bunch of big words just to say the plane was wet. So this is pretty cool. A water brand from Uzbekistan designed dumbbell-shaped bottles for fitness and hydration. This was the moment Hafthor Björnsson broke the deadlift world record by lifting an absolutely absurd, and let me hold your hand while I say this, 505 kilograms or 1,113 pounds. That's equivalent to lifting an entire horse. This 80-year-old retiree noticed that people were abandoning their dogs near his farm, so he took them in and built a train to take them out for rides. Scientists have discovered this 400-year-old Greenland shark roaming the Arctic Ocean that was likely born around 1627. This now makes Greenland sharks the longest living vertebrates known on Earth, according to the scientists. China really cut a mountain in half to build a highway. They did this to connect two isolated towns, and instead of carving long, winding tunnels, they just cut through a mountain. Olympus Mons is the largest volcano and mountain in our solar system, located on the planet Mars. It's roughly 2.5 times taller than Mount Everest. This is a lion's mane jellyfish, one of the largest known species of jellyfish. They typically inhabit colder waters of the North Atlantic and North Pacific Oceans, and their tentacles contain stinging cells that release venom to capture prey and for defense. While their stings are generally not life-threatening to humans, they can cause pain and welts.